Welcome back to the show where two men are painfully addicted to Helldivers 2. Democracy!
Democracy!
Oh my god, we really are addicted to this game.
We've got problems.
I haven't been this addicted to a game in years.
Yeah.
And the more I think about it, I've just been trying to think. Honestly, Dead Space, very addicted to it. GTA 5, a little bit, but again, it was more GTA Online, I think, and playing that online. And, well, actually, like you said the other time, our Battlefield days. Mm-hmm. That's the closest I feel with this game, and I genuinely want to play it every day.
Yeah, I'm like that too. Every day I've been like, oh, I'm thinking about it, or I'm looking at something on TikTok about it.
Yeah, my TikTok is now full of Helldivers 2 stuff.
Yeah.
The automatons are back.
Yes.
Wankers. What a surprise.
Yeah.
Bit disappointed it wasn't a different race, but I'm sure it's coming.
I think they're gonna...
Something big is happening.
Yeah, I reckon that the other race helped build them or something, or helped them in some way. And it's going to be like a pincer attack.
Oh, that's a very
what
good
I think
thing.
it is, yeah.
But we keep on hearing about the dissidents as well. So the human race who don't want the bugs exterminated. They don't want them abused for E710, which I really didn't realise if you turn it upside down spells oil.
Yeah.
That took me...
I didn't know till I was told.
Yeah, it's just, oh dear.
Yeah.
And I think they've helped the automatons as well. Mm-hmm. I wonder if we're going to get a human faction. Like you said, maybe they're based on Mars and they'll launch an attack on Super Earth. Who knows?
Yeah, it'd be cool.
It'll be interesting to see what they do with it. But I've got a question for you to ask me. So, Rob, the question I'd like you to ask me is, Tom, how was Godzilla versus...
I was gonna say...
Godzilla x Kong, or however you're meant to pronounce that fucking thing.
I was going to say that to you because we got a film to talk about later. I was going to go, before we talk about films, how's Godzilla? Yeah, how is Godzilla, Tom?
What did you see, old man?
Godzilla. Godzilla. Godzilla.
I've now missed it twice. Thank God I pay for a black card with Cineworld, but I've now missed the showing twice because of Helldivers. I've been more excited about getting down here, turning the PS5 on, and just diving into murder. And I've then, the next day's come around, and I've looked at my phone, and it's like, oh, you've got a pass that's expired in your wallet. Oh, shit, I was meant to be at a film, wasn't I?
So, do you book them like so far ahead, and that's why you forget?
Yeah, typically I try and book like films 2 or 3 weeks in advance or when they come out, and I'll book them for when I know either Kay's in bed or she's at her nan's, for example, so I can then just go and enjoy it without having to feel like, oh, I should really be at home just in case I'm needed. So I do tend to book them in advance, but no, these ones weren't even booked that far in advance. It was just purely in my brain, it just went, yeah, don't worry about Godzilla. It'll come to streaming at some point.
Yeah.
Helldivers, that's where it's at.
Oh, so there is a part of you whilst you're doing it knowing you're missing it.
No.
Oh, no, it's subconscious thing.
The next day, it's the subconsciousness of my brain is just going, all you've got tonight is Helldivers. No, there's nothing else for you to remember, I promise.
I love that.
So yeah, I have missed 2 showings of Godzilla now, thanks to Helldivers, which gives you an idea of how addicted I am.
You know what? We've done nothing but... Sorry for everyone who doesn't like video games and Helldivers specifically. We've done nothing but fight bots for about a fortnight.
Yeah.
And then we went and fought the bugs.
And I've had so much fun doing the bugs. And I think, I'm really enjoying fighting the bugs. For them to bring back the automatons, it's like, I don't want to go and fight the robots again.
I didn't... Or the first time I went back to the bugs was with you. And I was like, I kept dying. I didn't know what to do. I was like, what weapons am I meant to bring for the bugs again? And it's so different. It's not easier. It's easier in some ways and harder in others. You can really easily get swamped by the bugs and they get right in your face.
Yeah, so the bile nurses or whatever they're called, they tend to swamp you and you're screwed as soon as they start spewing. And the charges, when you've got 3 or 4 of them on a map surrounding you, you're screwed.
Yeah. And I never know, if you hit them in the face with that quasar kind of thing, it kills them in one hit.
Yes.
But sometimes... The shot will just go through them, and you're like, no, that was a headshot. Why are you still alive? Or you'll hit them in the head, but then their leg armor will come off, and then they're
Yeah.
still running it, and you're like, oh, for God's sake.
Yeah, right, 10 seconds, 9, 8, 7. Oh, no, all right, overheat's gone. Right, turn around, oh, shit, I'm dead.
Yeah, I'm dead.
I've been crushed against a wall.
We've been
Bollocks.
like pull shot across the whole map.
Oh, it's honestly, if you've got a PC that can handle it or a PS5, hopefully it will come to Xbox. Get Helldivers 2. It's so worth it. It's about 35 quid, 30 quid on a good day. You'll have lots of fun if you like murdering things and unlocking things. That's all I can say about it. It's very addictive. And then come and play with me and Rob.
Yeah.
We'd love to come and your little 4-man squad.
Yep.
We promise we won't make you hold things and shoot them and watch them explode like I did to my mate Luke.
And I don't know what, when you make NPCs in games, you make men or you make girls or whatever. Put it on random and just enjoy the cackling of the woman when she's got a flamethrower.
The voice
so
actor
good.
they got for the woman is absolutely fantastic. She really goes to town on it.
Yeah.
I love it.
There was a bug where it kept resetting all of your loadouts and stuff, wasn't there? And it always reset me every single time to
voice
randomized.
one.
Where I was picking like male one every time because I just wanted to have that voice. But I'm now keeping it on random because I want to every now and again hear her just go. She's like torching all
Great
the bugs.
impression.
I'm going to have a sip of my liberty.
Ooh.
Hello? Humans, we're fine.
And Ellen.
Come into my weird house. Hi, I'm Weird Barbie. I am in the splits. I have a funky haircut and I smell like basement.
Oh my god, I had a weird Barbie.
Yeah, you did.
You make them weird by playing too hard.
It's cool.
So finally, a film I've been really eager to see came. I call it free, but it came onto the Sky Cinema. So free if you pay for Sky Cinema. Barbie.
Hurrah!
Finally seen it. The hype of seeing it. I was desperate to see it for so long. You saw it at the cinema?
I saw it at the cinema.
And I was like, let's not
on
talk
my
about
own.
it. Yeah, let's
I
not
took
talk about
2
it.
Barbies with me to make Kay laugh
I
and took
remember,
pictures
yeah.
and videos of it. And I got looked at by lots of people very strangely because I'm apparently shouldn't be in the cinema on my own watching it. But that all died off when the film started. And I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Do I think it's the masterpiece that everyone was saying it was? No. But I'm interested to hear your opinion.
I want you to insert a music clip here.
Okay.
And it's a song by Public Enemy. Don't believe the hype. Do you remember it? Don't believe the hype.
Yes. I
Come
know
on,
what you're
bit.
going with there. Yeah.
Don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype.
So, I think I hyped myself up too much for this film.
Which is easily done, and then you walk
Yeah.
away disappointed.
It's got like Oscar nominations. It's got Ryan Gosling, who I think is great.
Yeah.
It's I'm forgetting everyone's name. I'm so
Margot
awful.
Robbie,
Margot
who's
Robbie,
it
who's
just-
just great, isn't she? Margot Robbie was the perfect casting for Barbie.
Everything I've seen her in recently, I thought she made a fantastic Harley Quinn.
Yeah, she's great as Harley Quinn too.
In fact, did you ever see Birds of Prey?
Yeah.
Really enjoyed it. And her, just full stop, whether it was in, Birds of Prey, whether it was in
Suicide Squad.
I was going to say Peacekeeper. No, that's the series. Suicide Squad. She was really, really good. And then in this, again, really good.
She's great in all the other stuff I've seen her into. None of it's coming to my brain right now. It's got great actors in it. It's got Kate McKinnon, who we've talked about before. We love her.
Oh, Kate McKinnon, just love her.
As soon as they said there was a wonky Barbie.
A weird Barbie.
Yeah, I said to some randoms, like, that's her. It's going to be her. I'm telling you.
It's got to be Kate McKinnon.
It's going to be her. And there she was, legs akimbo. Really hilarious. And it's got Simu or Leo, I don't know how you say his name. The other main Ken. who's from Shang-Chi, Legend of the Ten Rings. He's fantastic in it.
John Cena.
John Cena's in it, yeah. There are such great moments. Now, notice how only one of those great moments was a Barbie.
Well, it felt to me, this film is much more about Ken than it is Barbie.
I think it's about both of them, but Ken
gets
and
the most
Kens
growth.
made the film for me. If Ken wasn't in it
Yeah.
as much as he was, I would have hated this film. I would have absolutely hated it. Not because of any of the things they're trying to say or anything else. I just think that all of his jokes hit better. Every time I laughed was because of Ryan Gosling
Yeah.
or one of the other Kens.
Well,
or
his-
Alan.
Oh,
Alan was brilliant.
Alan. Oh, Alan.
I mean, who was it who plays Alan? Michael Cera.
Hi, Barbie.
Oh, hi, Alan. There are no multiples of Alan. He's just Alan.
Yeah, I'm confused about that.
Yes, Michael Cera.
He's great as Alan. He's like a judo fight. Sorry, spoilers here from him. He does like a great judo fight with all his builders, and he's just like, he plays it brilliantly. He's like, all Clen's clothes fit me, you know, like all these little things that the guys say. And like the patriarchy thing is absolutely hilarious. And he thought it was all about horses.
Yeah.
You know.
And the ridiculous thing is, the points they're trying to get across, which many male-centric alphas with bunny ears around it absolutely hated. I mean, there was an uproar the other day, apparently, because the opening screen to the skyboxes was pink because Barbie had finally come out.
I thought it was brilliant.
It's brilliant. But all these alpha males and all these men that are really, it's feminism, were
dude.
saying, oh, how can I set my box back to a normal colour? I don't want it pink. Literally, you click down one and it's blue again.
It's only pink when you're on the home page.
Yeah.
And it's only for one day.
Exactly.
They did it for The Last of Us. They had a really wicked background for The Last of Us. And they had a great background for that new House of Dragons. I think they did it for as well.
My point is, they get their point across brilliantly. Yes, the whole patriarchy was a joke. But they also get across the point that you actually can't just do it vice versa either. There has to be that working together. It has to be both men and women in the end working together to get forward. Ultimately, I just kind of felt it just all fell a little bit flat. I mean, the mum speech about being a mum and about being a woman was fantastic.
By the Ugly Betty star.
Yeah. Is it America Ferrara?
Yeah, we're going
something like
kill
that,
aren't we?
Yeah, I'm not good with names. I readily admit that. Show me the face and then tell me the name. Absolutely fine, but I will not remember it. Anyway, her speech about being a mum, about being a child, about being a woman was absolutely phenomenal. Margot Robbie's part about not feeling like she's actually good enough to be Barbie anymore at the very end as she's talking with Ron Perlman's mum.
Yeah, yeah.
Or what is it, mum or wife?
I'm not sure.
No, I'm not sure either. It's not even. You know what? I think I looked up. I don't even think they're related. Actually,
no, are they not related? Because I saw the name. I was like, oh.
I don't think they are actually. I think they're completely separate. Sorry, I shouldn't have done that. But
Rhea Perlman.
Rhea Perlman was absolutely phenomenal as well in kind of the speech that she gives. Just everything about it was really, really good. But you're right.
She's married to Danny DeVito.
Yes, she is. That was it.
That's it.
That was it. She's married to Danny DeVito. I just felt that the hype that it's going to be this big, inspiring film that's going to bring on change everywhere. It wasn't. It was just not semi-enjoyable, but it was an enjoyable musical comedy film with some key points that more people maybe need to pay attention to in real life at the moment.
Yeah, I think that all the points they were making were right.
Yeah.
The only bit I think that didn't hit for me, maybe I just didn't get the end, was right at the end when they're trying to give all the Kens jobs. And then like, oh, we'll have one on the Senate. And then the Prime Minister or the President's like, no. I just kind of thought like, well, you're doing exactly the same. Maybe that's the point. They're doing exactly the same.
I
think that's the joke
point.
But at the same time of them doing that, they're trying to make change and be a film about telling people to make a change. So surely the change they should have made was put one of those Dumbo Kens on the Senate. Realistic.
Yeah, no, absolutely realistic. It should be.
No, what I mean is, realistically, all those Kens are useless and shouldn't actually be on there.
Oh, God,
But I
no.
don't think that's a mirror of what anyone thinks women are.
But again, ignoring the fact that we don't talk about politics, look at politicians right now. How many politicians really should be where they are, no matter what party you adhere to? How many of them genuinely should be in their position? And that goes for America, Australia, France, anywhere.
They're all self-serving assholes. That's as political as I'm going to get.
Precisely. No, I agree. I think. Do you know what though? The biggest waste in that film was Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
Just wasn't needed.
Yeah.
And in fact, none of his stuff hit home, which is really, I like Will Ferrell. And I just felt, no, I don't like your character. I'm not really laughing at what you're doing. You could have done so much with him.
I feel like sometimes with Will Ferrell, because he's a very particular kind of comedic actor, this might not be true. I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't really give him lines and just said, this is the scene.
And that wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. But for me, it kind of just came across that we got Will Ferrell. Brilliant. We haven't got a part for him. We'll make one.
Yeah, or someone tried to write Will Ferrell. You know, and that's maybe why it didn't
That's
hit.
very possible.
Yeah.
It kind of felt very much overdone, his stuff. I mean, I kind of like the idea that the Mattel Corporation's this big robotic conglomerate.
Yeah.
And it was all very... how they did it was very good. I just kind of feel like they could have done better.
Yeah.
It didn't detract from the enjoyment of the film. I still enjoyed it. It's just... could do better. I think that's kind of what sits in my mind the most about it. I didn't not enjoy it, but I didn't think, like you say, I think I might have got in on all of that hype and thought it's going to be more than it was.
Yeah. I've just felt, maybe because I'm a man, I really did kind of connect with, like, I felt so sorry for Ken. All the way through it, you know, because she was just like, yeah, girls, you know, all these things like girls, blah, blah, blah. It's like, I should try not to get myself in trouble. I know it's all a satirical kind of
take on it.
Everything turned up to 11, but I legitimately don't know any men that do that. And I know, like, go boys' night and then no girls' night. You know, I actually don't know anybody like. Maybe it's just because the people that I like to be encircled with aren't actually horrible assholes. I just kind of felt really sorry for him all the time. That
could also be a generational thing, though. Or at least the generation that we've grown up in and the group of friends we had, it was never a boys' night or a girls' night. In fact, actually, more often than not, it was a girls' night with no men invited, but most of the stuff that we did was anyone, wasn't it? You think our nights out to Batchwood, to good old Dysentery nightclub in Watford, we all went. All the pub group went.
Yeah.
Poker nights over at Mark's, SideQuest Mark, that is. That was everyone.
Yeah.
There was no gender separation. I just don't think we ever assumed that was something...
We don't see gender.
I do. They've got fancy things.
Until it's bedtime.
Oh, dear. And that's us cancelled. But no, seriously, I don't think at least our group of friends has ever been in that position. So... I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm sure it does. Obviously, it does exist. It's not. I'm sure it. I know it exists.
It definitely does exist. I just have never experienced it. Just that bit where I just felt really sorry for him, and he's like, "I just want to be seen by Barbie," and then when it's flipped and it's the other way around, and he's doing it to her, even though you can see it's hurting him to do it to her, but he's kind of like getting his own back at her. He's doing it out of anger, and I said to him, I was like, she deserved that. I was like, yeah, she actually deserved that. She was being a bitch. I was like, you can tell he doesn't like doing it, you know.
I'll tell you what was your favourite part in the film? Let's...
Every single bit that Ryan Gosling was in.
Right, okay.
I'm not just saying that. Genuinely, I thought he was so good. The beach fight with all the Kens. That was great. There are so many great moments in it, but they're all just the bits with Ken, which is going to make me sound really sexist for a film called Barbie about patriarchy and about women's equality. And so I liked all the bits that didn't have the women in.
I tell you, I think my favourite part's got to be just the commentator. Not
Helen
the commentator.
Mirren.
Helen Mirren. Just, again, wonderful voice. And the levels of sarcasm that she did in it was just
Oh, she's like,
beautiful.
where Barbie's saying, like, she doesn't feel pretty or something, and then Helen Mirren's like, yeah, she wasn't the best actress. She's
Side note, if you're going to say that your character isn't pretty, don't choose Margot Robbie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, come on. Hey, what's wrong? I'm not pretty anymore. What? You're so pretty. I'm not stereotypical Barbie pretty.
Note to the filmmakers, Margot Robbie is the wrong person to cast if you want to make this point.
No, I think when she's saying, then there's going on about, and then there's Midge, who was a pregnant Barbie.
Yeah, that was a good recurring joke
the
all the time.
It was a bit gross. It didn't go anywhere.
Well, that was the best bit of Will Ferrell's part where he comes out of the house and she's in. He goes, "Oh my god!"
Yes, exactly.
So when you say all these moments, it makes it sound really like a really good film. But I think the IMDb rating of 6.6 is the right rating for it
Yeah,
because it's better than average, which I'd say a 5 is.
agreed.
Do I think anyone did an Oscar-winning performance? Yeah, Ryan Gosling. No, probably not. But did I sit there and enjoy it? Yes. Did I also say at the end of it, and also my wife said at the end of it, I'm glad we didn't see it at the cinema? Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that's absolutely fair.
Glad we didn't pay for it, is another one we said.
Yeah, no, I think that's absolutely fair. The only other bit that comes to mind that I really did enjoy was when everything starts going wrong for her. Mm-hmm. So she can put flat feet, the food doesn't work, she falls out of the Barbie dream house. I thought that was all beautifully done and was genuinely very funny.
Yeah.
And then how the whole party stops when she says, "Do you ever think about death?"
Yeah. Well, it's the thing. There's so many moments, even with her specifically, Margot Robbie specifically. She was the only Barbie her and the wonky Barbie were the two best Barbies. There was a lot of Barbies in it, obviously. And when you sit here and you say all the little bits, they're all really funny and they're all really good. And I did smile at them and enjoyed them. But something about all of it together, just something didn't click for me through the entire film. And I don't know, I can't quite put my finger on it. And I know for a fact if Ryan Gosling and the Kens weren't in it, I really don't think I would have finished watching it. I probably would have just gone, this isn't actually for me, what a shame.
Well, I don't think it would have worked. Full stop. You've got to have the Kens, but you could say that about the toy line. You can't have Barbie without Ken, and you can't have Ken without Barbie.
Yeah, and it's definitely not what the film's about. I don't want people to think I'm this sexist.
Oh God, no.
It's just there's just something about it just didn't click for me, and I was I've been talking about wanting to see this film for such a long time.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I was when it finally came out, I kept saying, "Can we watch it tonight? Let's watch it tonight. Let's watch it tonight." And then we watched it, and I was like, "Yeah, mate, I think I just overhyped myself for wanting to see it." So maybe lesson learned from my part.
We received an email last week now, I think, with one of our listeners saying he'd been unwell. Hi, Matt. Glad you're getting better, or hopefully you're getting better. And he was busy listening to the podcast while he was in recovery. And you know what? I'm going to let him share his story. So enjoy this story from listener Matt. Matt, take it away.
Okay, hi gents. You've asked me to record this story for you. I hope it's not too boring. I apologise for the sound quality if it's terrible. I'm just doing this on Audacity. So yeah, I recently received some pretty bad news medically, and was put on a course of antibiotics that were extremely, extremely strong. And it sent my entire body out of whack. My sleep patterns were going crazy, foggy head, all of that kind of stuff. And I went to bed listening with what at the time was your most recent episode. And I use Podbean as like a podcast thing. And as you probably know, once one episode finishes, it rolls on to the next. So after about 5 hours sleep, I can distinctly remember the episode you were on with, I think you had some guests on, I believe, Jay and Matt. And my name is Matthew. Most people call me Matt. And it was the D&D or the TTRPG thing that you'd written a script for. And for whatever reason, in my fuzzy, foggy state of sleepness, I don't know how this is mentally capable, but I basically ignored everything Matt was saying and answered all of the questions that Matt was being asked myself, which my wife found rather perturbing in my sleep. And I woke myself up shouting very loudly about some spell I was casting or something. And it took me a good 3 or 4 minutes after I woke up to realise that I wasn't actually playing a game. I am into D&D, so I'm used to all of the, the lingo and the mechanics and stuff. So yeah, that's basically my story. I got dosed up on a load of antibiotics and had some crazy fever dream where I was playing an imaginary game. So apologies to Matt from, I believe it's Something of Cthulhu podcast. I basically stole your game in my sleep. Keep up the good work, guys. I love your podcast. You're brilliant at what you do. And if Call of Cthulhu ever wants a really crappy guest, I can dose myself up on antibiotics and take over from Matt. Cheers, guys. Have a good one. Bye.
Hello, son. How's it going, sir? Good. Honey, he's here. You want a Dr. Pepper?
No, thank you.
Come on, what's the worst that can happen, huh?
All right.
Like sports, son?
Sure.
You like wrestling?
Yeah.
Here you go. Come on, fight for it, huh? Oh, only kidding, son.
Here we go. What are you doing, sir?
Oh! Who's the daddy, huh? Who's the...
So how are my favorite fellas getting along?
What is the worst haircut you've ever had?
Worst haircut I've ever had?
Worst haircut we're talking about at the moment.
I mean, some might say the haircut I've got right now is not great. But I used to have curtains at school.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that was terrible. I
we
would
need
get
to see
tufts.
pictures of this.
I'd get like tufts out the side as well. And it was a step curtain. So I had a step and curtains. Yeah, tragic.
Oh, mate.
And eventually I got it cut. And we had a hairdresser that used to come to my mum's and dad's house. And I gave her a picture of Michael Owen and said, "Can you do this?" And she went, "Yeah." And I had Michael Owen's haircut.
Nice.
And I got it at the same time as removing my braces. So I had braces and a step curtain at the same time.
Very
so I was
fashionable
really,
at the time.
And it's with braces not so much, but yeah, I was really living that 90s lifestyle.
Oh, God. You see, I grew up with parents that would take me to the same hairdresser no matter what in St Albans. We used to go to Cutmore's, which was kind of hidden off Marketplace and has now closed down, which surprised me.
I went to Style.
Where was Style?
So Styles was near Marlborough. You got that row of shops.
Oh, I know exactly where you're on. Yeah, and good fish and chip shop there, Chong's.
Yes.
We used to get their fish and chips from there. No, so
Tony at the back. Italian dude called Tony.
Yes, that was it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, we used to go to Cutmore's in town, and up until early teens, I didn't really get a choice. Mum would go in, short back and sides, side parting.
Yeah.
Which, weirdly, is now the fashion again.
Yeah.
But I hated it. I absolutely hated it. I kind of grew up with all these kids having cool haircuts. And, yeah, there's me, short back and sides, side parting.
Yeah.
Was not happy. Well, about 13 or 14, no, probably 12 or 13, I think, I was finally allowed, me and my mate Michael Gow were allowed to go out around town on our own. So mum and dad were at the shop, we used to be able to go around St Albans, and I used to be allowed to go around St Albans on my own. So often my aunt would give me money and say, look, go and pick up a couple of bits from the market, you can keep the change, brilliant. And then the day came that mum and dad said, you can get your own haircut. I was like, holy shit.
Mohawk.
The day has come. And I went to Cutmore's, and he said, what would you like to do? And Cutmore's, just so anyone that's listening can really kind of feel it, there were 4 hairdressers in there, all smoked heavily. So you walked in there, and there's nicotine tar on the walls.
Do they have the pink gel pots?
Oh, yeah, pink gel
Love
pots.
the smell of that.
And, nicotine stains on the wall, fags sat in the trays next to them while they're doing your hair sort of thing.
Picture of that really attractive kind of Greek, Italian-ish kind of guy with the jet black hair. Remember that guy?
In front of there were like 4 or 5 sinks in there, and across the top of all the sinks and the mirrors, there were 5 or 6 pictures of models.
Yes. The styles was just like this.
They were all from like the 70s or 80s. They weren't modern, and I pointed at one and said, that please.
Oh no.
And I had it done, and being 12 or 13, he said, right, I'm done. What do you think? And I looked at it, and I wanted to cry.
Oh, no.
The sides were short, the hair was long on top, and it looked flipping dreadful. So I did what any self-respecting
He said it's lovely, thank
child
you.
does. That's fine. It's lovely. Thank you very much.
TJ.
And I left. I went straight to Boots. I bought a comb and hair gel and tried to fix it downstairs in the public toilets below the town hall, just to make it look vaguely normal.
And did it?
Just about. But oh my God, the panic in me of what have I done? I've got to now wait a whole month before I can have my hair cut again. And I look like this. What have I done? I'm going to get so bullied at school already. I'm ginger and now I look like this. Oh, God, what have I done? And, luckily, I brushed it out and I just about got away with it. But that was that one time that I've literally gone into a hairdresser and gone, you've not done... Well, you've done what I've asked. I was a fucking idiot. But I don't think I've ever had a hairdresser not do what I've wanted. Have you ever had that? You've said, right, this is what I want, and you've just watched and it's just not at all going as you expect it to.
I've got to say no. I mean, I used to have my hair cut by, like, friends would cut my hair, like Christina, who we used to know. She would cut my hair a lot, and a lot of the time I'd just be like, just do what you want. Because I didn't care at the time, really. So I had mullet for a long time. Because she was learning hairdressing, and I was like, yeah, I'll just cut my hair. And so she gave me a mullet, and I had a mullet for a while.
Damn, okay.
Yeah, this is at the front, part in the back.
Nice.
I had that for a long time, to be fair.
I don't really remember you with a mullet.
I was at the pub working. Yeah, it was a short mullet though. It wasn't like hillbilly mullet.
Oh, okay, fair
it was
enough. You weren't like you got Davy Crockett's hat on.
No, it was pretty styled and short. It wasn't.
Oh,
like,
fine, fair enough.
Yeah, I'm not like what's his name, Theo Von.
Oh yeah,
It wasn't that bad. Well, it looks good on him.
I mean, I've dyed my own hair a fair few times, stupidly. I've had neon pink, I've had purple, I've had bright red.
I think I remember you having dyed hair.
Yeah, at some point. That was my heavy weed smoking, the occasional magic mushroom sort of period of my life. I'll see if I can find the picture of me with neon pink hair. But the worst one I ever did, and that's because this is what happens, okay? I know we've just talked about Barbie and about not being awful about kind of, well, I'm a man, blah, blah, blah. If I just had one female friend at that point who told me, when you dye your hair, you don't dye your eyebrows. That's all I would have needed.
You dyed your eyebrows to match.
Black. And I mean, I'm pale now. I'm super pale. But back then,
you were ghost.
I was whiter than the fucking walls in this office, mate.
Yeah.
And with the black hair, I just look like fucking Groucho
I do
Marx.
not remember you having black hair. That must have been before we knew each other.
Let me see. Possibly, actually, yeah. Possibly. But it wasn't a good look for me.
No.
It really wasn't. And I used about 2 tubs of Head and Shoulders, which apparently is the best way of getting hair dye out.
All right.
Turns out I used a really good quality dye as well.
Oh, so you couldn't get it out?
Not easily. I ended up peroxiding it for the millionth time that summer, which I'm amazed I've got any hair left. Because again, didn't follow any instructions. It's just like,
just did it.
40% peroxide, that'll do.
And you did your eyebrows?
Yeah.
Peroxide your eyebrows too?
Oh, yeah.
Fuck, you're lucky you didn't get your eyes. Is that bad in your eyes, surely?
No, I'm not. I wasn't sensible. Let's face it. Of course, I fucking wasn't sensible. But I didn't get it in my eyes. It's fine. But Jesus, never again. Absolutely never, ever, ever, ever again am I going to be doing that. But those are my worst experiences with the hairdresser. But the one thing I've got to bring up, and I genuinely wonder if any hairdressers, and I know that a hairdresser does listen. Hi, Holly. How are you?
Hello.
Holly's hair, Redbourne, go and get your hair cut by her. Fantastic, great fun. Kills pigeons all the time, though. Who knew? She's fantastic fun. She does Kay's hair, she does Jem's hair. I can't remember what the point was I was having now.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Oh, right, no. So I want to know a hairdresser's opinion, because I go in, I take my glasses off, I sit in the chair, they do my hair,
And then you can't see
then
fuck
get the
all.
mirror out, and they go, is that? And happy with that? Yeah, happy with that? Huh? And nodding away, yeah. They then take the shawl off. I then put my glasses on. How many of them think, has he actually fucking seen what I've done?
Yeah,
I mean, I'm lucky. I can see without my glasses, okay?
Yeah.
It's a bit blurry, but I can see without a problem.
Well, that's what they want.
But yeah, how many hairdressers actually go, should we actually ask him to put those glasses we saw him take off on? Because if he's really blind...
So the girl that does mine is an old friend of ours called Charlie. I have to plug her. She works at Changes in the Old Town.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I think she's given up doing the mirror at the back, because I used to say to her, "Well, have you shaved a cock in my hair? Why do I care what you've done at the back? I think like
one day she
will."
will.
Like, no, I used to say it to Christina, and she did that. And she was like, "Do you want to see the back?" I was like, "Well, have you put your initials there?" She's like, "Yeah, okay, good."
Yeah, no,
I don't see it.
I like it because I've got a double cowlick. I've got a double crown, so I get 2 spirals in the back of my head. I always end up with a cowlick at the back of the head as well at some point towards kind of. In fact, when I get the cowlick appear at the back of my head, I know it's time to go and get my hair cut again.
Yeah.
That's kind of my way of saying it. But
mine grows over my ears. That winds me up. I hate that.
I don't blame you on that.
I had super long hair during COVID because obviously none of us could cut our hair.
Oh, I did.
So
I went and I bought a battery set and
just let mine grow, and apparently I've got curly hair because I'll have to show you some photos. When my hair grows long, it was all wavy.
Actually, I grew my beard during lockdown.
I grew my beard, not massive.
Can't believe that was 4 years ago.
Oh God, yeah, it was 4 years ago.
Weird, isn't it, when you think about that? But anyway, that's all I wanted to say about hairdressers. Really, it's just that do they actually care that I wear glasses? And what was your worst experience? And by the way, if you listening have a terrible hairdressing experience, please send it to us. I'd love to hear them.
I've got the experience of having T have the meltdown. I must have said that. I've said that on the show.
Oh,
definitely
yes, you took him for his haircut, didn't you?
Yeah,
And
three
he
of us
absolutely
had to pin him down. Yeah.
Yeah. Kay wasn't too bad for hers. Our T doesn't like it, but we've got kind of a plan that we do now. One person in front of him, Coco Melon behind our head, and he's just every now and then, what's that noise? Why are you doing that to my head? And his head darts around. Then he goes back to watching Coco Man. He's not too bad. And Holly, as I said, is brilliant, actually, with him. She does really nice cuts on him. And especially, I'm amazed he's not missing an ear. As literally, she'll be cutting and he'll just suddenly go, and turn his head completely to the side within a microsecond. It's like, don't do that, child.
Well, I think some hairdressers are used to it, aren't they?
Oh, absolutely. Well, Holly tells us she gets bitten by her clients a lot of the time.
She's shaving fucking werewolves.
She's not shaving children. She's cutting their hair.
Right, okay.
No, children.
She had a rabies shot.
Oh, wow.
Tetanus.
Tetanus would be a
ask
good
her
one.
if she's up to date with all her jabs.
Well, Holly, you can send that one in to us. Do you remember the shit that I bought? Remember? Did you give it a thought? Remember? It's probably tat, that's all. Woo!
So I stepped out of my house the other day onto a soggy, gross envelope just left on my doorstep.
Nice.
So
Royal
nothing-
Mail doing the best then.
Yeah, it said nothing on the front of it. I opened it up. It was just full of seed. And
brilliant.
Yeah, have a guess. And this piece of paper with not very much written on it, it said DYR from Matt, a pint of Cthulhu, and then in big red letters it says RuneScape.
Oh, well, we can safely say then, if it's full of seed, then that's Prison Pigeon.
No, I guess it's Prison Pigeon.
At least he's alive. Am I thankful for that? Not really.
You are not happy that he's filled it with seed, or maybe he's not realised he's dropped all his seed in there.
Well, that's very true. That's very true.
But to get it collected.
But at least it's do you remember?
Just do you remember, though? Yeah, from Matt.
He doesn't get a point.
No, he definitely does not get a point.
Right, why doesn't he get a point for you?
I see RuneScape all the time. It's all over the place. It's quite... I mean, it's old, RuneScape, but I mean, I used to watch a guy called RS Glory and Gold.
Yeah.
Who was he passed away, unfortunately, in 2022, I think. But he was a RuneScape YouTuber, and I used to watch him every now and again. But I know that's 2 years ago, and it has to be a year, but I think about it a lot. It's been like in the kind of around and about in the kind of gaming news constantly, because they've got really shitty kind of monetary stuff happening, and they've got different versions, I think, of RuneScape. It's like on the mobile as well or something. I've seen it loads all the time.
I was going to say, how old is RuneScape now?
It's quite old now. It's got to be.
Let me have a quick look here, because it's just one of those games that I can't really remember it appearing or disappearing. So it's kind of one of those ones that just keeps going, doesn't it? It's let's have a look here. Developer Jagex.
Ah, fun fact. I applied for a job at them when I left university.
2001.
2001, yeah.
Wow.
So when I left university, they were looking for like 3D modelers and artists and stuff, and I got to a stage where I had to provide them with 3 3D models. One of those like a plant, one was like a treasure chest.
Yeah.
I think I can't remember where the third one was. Yeah, I'm not sure what the third one. Maybe it was a weapon or something. But yeah, I didn't get the job, obviously.
That's a shame, but that's really. So you must have come out just as. So you would have done university. So you would have been leaving 2004 for left university. So 2004, 2003.
No, a lot older than that. A lot later than that. Because I would have been 15 in 2000.
Oh, yeah, okay, no, fine, fair enough. Yeah, I forget you're that couple of years younger than I am. See, I was 16 in 2000.
So I went straight from school to college for 2 years, and then straight from college to uni for 3.
Fine, so yeah, 2006 then, I think you would have ended. So RuneScape would have really kind of become mainstream at that point.
Yeah, I knew who they were.
That's interesting. Shame you didn't get that, but it's just one of those games that has always been around in kind of my mind, and it's not that I actively think about it, but you're right. As soon as any sort of MMORPG is released, you immediately get people saying RuneScape clone, or RuneScape is better, or let's have a look at the top MMORPGs that are out there at the moment, and RuneScape's always featured. And yeah, it just kind of crops up on TikTok, on Facebook. I think, in fact, I saw an advert for it today, weirdly. I've forgotten what it was on now. Something like... I might have been watching an old gaming YouTube channel, actually, and I think there was an advert for it based on that. So it just crops up more than I actually care to think about it, having never played it. But yeah, no point for me either.
No point for me either, yeah.
Well, it doesn't matter, even if I hadn't got it. You wouldn't have given him the point anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah. Sorry, Matt.
Yeah, sorry, Matt. And Prison Pigeon, come home?
Yeah, where are you?
All is slightly forgiven?
No.
Yeah, no.
It's crazy, loopy, balmy, fishy, fun-filled, action-packed, and really quite bonkers. Zap's back later today on CITV.
It's time for the Channel 84 Nostalgic Kid Show Knockout. Woo-hoo. Today we have... Notice the laugh has died now. Rob no longer laughs at that name.
Oh, I know, it's sad, isn't it?
Oh, cancelling the show.
Well,
no, it's cancelled.
Isn't it
cancelled.
Channel 84 Variety Show Kid Show Knockout? I thought that was the name.
The Channel 84 Variety Show...
Nostalgic Kid... Channel 84 Variety Show Nostalgic Kid Show Knockout.
I honestly can't remember.
Because I thought that's what the funny thing was, is that you used every single part of it in the whole thing.
Hang on, let's go back a fair few call sheets, and I can load up a call sheet. The Channel 84 Variety Nostalgic Kid Show Knockout.
Variety Nostalgic Kid Show.
Okay, so I have vaguely fucked it up for the past few episodes. Thank you for ruining that for me as well, Rob. Just don't let me have anything, do you? You just make me want to be miserable all the fucking time.
Excuse me, I have a correction.
You can shove that correction where the doctor goes. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, yeah, where the doctor goes, don't. I'm walking like a cowboy.
Right, okay. The Channel 84 Variety Nostalgic Kid Show Knockout. Happy?
Yeah, I told my dad what you said about the arms on the shoulders. He's one that was hilarious. Right, anyway, let's not tell anyone any more than that.
Inspector Gadget versus Nightmare. Now, Inspector Gadget is weird. 1983 to 2023, 2 seasons, 86 episodes.
Yeah, because they redid it, didn't they?
Yeah, they must have done a new one.
Yeah.
Versus the classic Nightmare, 1987 to 1994, 8 seasons, 113 episodes. And I'm sure the Temporal podcast guys who review all the Nightmare episodes will tell me if I've got that wrong. I'm just going by what IMDb has told me, so apologies there, Martin. But yeah. 2 good shows, actually. I grew up loving Inspector Gadget. I was desperate to have a book like Penny's that had a computer built in.
Yep.
And I loved the car design. So the van that turned into the kind of... It looked like that smart... Is it the Smart 4.4? The slightly sporty smart car looking one?
Yeah, I'm trying to find a picture of it.
But yeah, it just looked like... It's a great, great cartoon. Great theme tune.
What about the films?
No, they don't exist. They're not part of this. They are not part of this. I'm not allowing them to be part of this.
No, just they're here when I'm searching for it.
They exist, granted. They shouldn't exist, but there you go. That.
Right, now, did I like Inspector Gadget? Not that much.
Would you like to inspect my gadget?
All the time.
Oh, good boy.
Yeah. I'm always up for that. I brought my nose plugs. So I probably know more little kind of quips and quotes and maybe quote it, and I do the voice. I did that Inspector Gadget voice and do the thing we did a few weeks ago.
Beautiful.
Next time, Gadget. I promise I'll get you next time.
Cool.
I probably quote it more than I ever really watched it. It was actually one of the shows that sometimes I'll turn it over.
Fair enough. I'm not going to comment on that because it's about each of our own likes. But then coming over to Nightmare. Actually, first of all, we haven't never done this bit properly, and we probably should. Inspector Gadget, for those of you that have never watched it, is a cartoon about a police officer that gets murdered. Well, he died.
And right, on to Nightmare.
It's basically kid-friendly RoboCop, where RoboCop gets turned into mainly body parts inside a giant metal endoskeleton suit and cyborg. Inspector Gadget, we never get told in the cartoon, I'm sure we don't get told, why he's
a Borg.
He's rebuilt with all of these wonderful inventions hidden away inside him. But he is a police officer or a detective or whatever he is that's got a completely cybernetic body that has lots of things like umbrellas and pointless inventions that can pop out of you know where and wherever you want it to.
Copter.
Go Gadget cock, for example.
Yeah.
He makes all the women very happy. It extends out 15 feet. Unfortunately, it does need WD-40 every now and then.
It's a lot of pair of shoes.
But that is what it is, isn't it? It's a kid-friendly cartoon version of Robo. Whatever happened to him, he's been rebuilt, and that's what the films actually do. He's a security guard who gets killed, and they rebuild him and just put loads of shit inside him.
Look, Mr. Brown, I know that this is all new for you, and it must feel strange. You will adjust.
My head is very heavy.
Oh, don't worry. That's easy to fix.
I don't want to be like this. I don't understand. What happened to me?
John, we saved your life.
I'm not me anymore. I'm a hardware store.
This is a huge opportunity. You were designed as the first prototype cyber police officer for the Riverton Police Department. You said yourself you wanted to help people. This is your chance.
I do want to help people.
I know.
I'll be with you every step of the way.
Okay. I'd shake your hand, but you might lose an eye.
So that is what Inspector Gadget is. It ran for 86 episodes, including this new season, which I don't really count because I've not seen it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either.
And yeah, he's basically an absolute liability. And his niece, is it, that lives with him, Penny?
It could be his niece, I don't remember.
Not sure, but Penny lives with him along with their dog. I can't remember the dog's name, and it's going to really bug me, so Rob's looking that up.
Yeah.
And basically, whenever he goes to solve a crime which is given to him in a very Mission Impossible way, i.e. it's going to erupt, it's going to explode, he always throws it away and manages to injure the inspector who's giving it to him.
Was it Brain?
Brain, that was it. Thank you very much. That is the dog. And then he'd go and do it, and of course Penny would save the day along with Brain. Very, very typical, fun 80s sort of cartoon.
Yeah.
Then we come to Nightmare. And it's a bit of a special show because...
Nightmare's great.
Well, other than the fact it is great, it's 1987 to 1994, and it's possibly a lot of children that grew up when we did first ever vague experience of what virtual reality possibly could be. And yeah, for the people that are listening, it was a medieval kind of kids game show where there were teams of, I want to say 3 or 4. One of them had to put on a helmet.
It's 3 you're in the back room, I
correct.
think.
One of them had to wear a helmet, and they were entered into the world of Nightmare, and the other 3 would guide him round on the green screen, telling him what puzzles there were on screen, or they had to solve riddles in particular rooms to get around certain obstacles to get to the final level. And quite often, or more often than not, the kids would fail miserably, and then you'd get new adventurers come and join them. I mean, there was... Again, temporal discussion will tell you way more, and go and listen to their podcast. It's been great fun. I've been on it a couple of times with them now. It's been absolutely brilliant talking about them. But watching the children fuck up their lefts from their rights, or just... You
sent me a video of one kid telling another kid to go left, 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 and he's just making him walk off the edge.
Walks off the...
he's going left. He's being told to go left. He's like left, left again, left one more.
Warning team, nothing here is stable. Proceed with care, but don't delay.
Silent. Yes. Side step to your left.
But the sad thing is, rewatching them recently makes me realise I am crap at riddles because I couldn't get half of them.
Oh,
There's the kids getting them, and there's me going, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, I never would have got it.
So yeah, that's what Inspector Gadget was, and that's what Nightmare was. As a kid, I'd watch Nightmare more. I did enjoy Inspector Gadget, but I did enjoy Nightmare more. How about you?
I think I saw more Inspector Gadget, but I'd like to know what time Nightmare was on, because I feel like it was a show that I would always watch it when it was on if I happened to see it, but I always seem to miss it.
So Nightmare was an ITV show.
CITV it was on.
CITV, and I would have said it would have been about the 4:30 mark.
So I just wonder if that was always when I was having my tea or something, that I'd miss it.
Oh, fair enough.
And I think that's the problem, where I'd always catch the end. It was bits like that, or just to see the beginning briefly, but I always loved it. And I was like, yes, Nightmare.
It was absolutely brilliant, and there were so many shows of that era that was not similar, but they used that whole green screen and making children do kind of puzzles. That era had loads. There was one there in space on the BBC, and they had to cross this kind of zigzaggy maze to get to the other side if they got to the end. It was good fun. Now, if I had to choose between them, I do find it quite hard. As I said, I did enjoy Inspector Gadget, but for me, Nightmare is, and as an adult, still the better show.
I agree.
Right. 40 votes for this on...
40 votes?
40.
Did you put Grange Hill on it again, or whatever you did last time?
No, I did tag Nightmare Podcast on it, Temporal Discussions.
Okay, so Nightmare's one then.
It's close.
Really?
It's closer than I thought it would be. And watching the votes come in, originally Inspector Gadget lagged behind massively.
Yeah.
38% of people went with Inspector Gadget versus 62% of Nightmare. So actually, not too much in that, really. So that's match one. Anyway, we have chosen no Nightmare. We've gone with the public vote as well, which is nice for once.
Yeah.
So match one, Nightmare takes the win. The next one might give you a little bit of nightmares, because what is it, Rob?
This is Art Attack.
Art Attack?
I still find it fun. I find that really funny, though. I'm not embarrassed by it, even remotely.
It's one of my favourite videos we've ever created, and I love it.
A genuine fuck up too. It was not planned.
No,
it was a genuine fuck up.
The second perfect scrubbing that you did of the video to literally, right, let's play it. Art Attack. Ah!
Yeah, I wrote the time down wrong. I wrote 11 seconds, I think, and I should have wrote 13. It was something like that. I wrote the wrong amount of seconds to skip ahead.
Just absolutely fantastic. Anyway, match two, Art Attack versus DuckTales. Do you want to do the details of both the shows?
So, Art Attack... Okay, what's the bloody guy's name?
Neil Buchanan.
Neil Buchanan. So, it's a show... CRTV again, I believe.
It was.
And... he would basically just show you how to make arty-farty stuff and do painting and do like crafts.
And then they'd always do that big picture at the end or midway through.
And it was always him. And yeah, it was just quite a wholesome, fun thing. And it was all kind of easy kind of stuff that you could do at home and probably had stuff to do.
I mean...
More so than Blue Peter, we'd have to go out and find loads of stuff and raid your nan's house for all her toilet rolls.
Oh, God, yeah. You will need 12 cereal boxes, 300 toilet rolls, and paper mache.
Yeah.
And also a Dettol bottle.
And a degree in aerodynamics.
But yeah, no, you're right. It was very much CITV's answer to Tony Heart Attack.
Yeah, Tony Heart Attack.
Not my fuck up, that one. Yeah, Tony Hart's show was on the BBC. I think this was kind of CITV's.
I preferred Heart Attack.
Oh, I loved Tony Hart because you got
I
Morph.
enjoyed it, but yeah, well, Morph's still going now.
Oh, I know.
I watch it with tea.
I wanted to say, I think I called the white one the other day Chad. And
you did call him. You called it on the podcast.
Not Chad at all.
You called him Chad on the podcast. I was like, I have no idea.
Morph and Chad. Hang on, I'm going to look up his name. It's not. Is it Chaz?
Chaz.
Look, I've got 3 out of the 4 letters.
Yeah, that's
okay?
not that bad. Yeah, it wasn't like it was Bill. And then we've got DuckTales. Woo!
DuckTales. Woo!
Great theme tune.
Oh,
great theme tune.
God damn it! If
One
it was
of the
just
best.
by theme tunes alone, they always say if you stand on a train platform and you whistle the beginning of The Great Escape, someone else will probably finish it.
Yeah.
DuckTales, you can just say DuckTales, and in the distance you'll hear someone go, woo!
Yeah.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Only got 4 seasons, 101 episodes though. Whereas Art Attack, good God, 1990 to 2007, 23 seasons, 312 episodes.
Are we already on the next stage? Haven't we already done DuckTales?
No.
Oh no, we did Count Duckula.
We did Count Duckula.
That's why I'm getting confused.
Yeah, no, we haven't done DuckTales, don't worry.
Yeah.
I think there's only 2 matches left after this.
Right, okay.
Or 2 sets of matches, I should say. Really difficult. And interestingly, DuckTales has been released in the modern era with the animation style I just don't like.
I think I remember watching it and texting you going, what have they done to
Yeah.
DuckTales?
The youth of today loved it. And that's all that matters. It's been made for them, and it's there.
Not made for us.
It's not
two
my
nearly
DuckTales.
40-year-old blokes. I've got a confession. As much as I like the intro, I don't like DuckTales.
It annoyed me. I enjoyed the intro. I would watch it if that was all that was on. And let's say quite often that meant it was the Disney Sunday morning, and it was either Gummy Bears or DuckTales or Tailspin. It would be one of those on. If that was it, that's what I'd watch, because that would be all that was on.
Yeah.
But you're right. Do I love it? Do I like it? I vaguely enjoyed it, but I found the characters, excluding Scrooge McDuck, all of them fucking annoying.
Yeah. Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
Yeah, just it's just of the era, really, isn't it? That's all you can really say about it. But no, you're right. For me, I probably didn't enjoy it as much as I enjoyed Art Attack.
If I put the telly straight on and DuckTales was on, I would look for something else first, and then
go back to it if there wasn't.
And
Fair
I
enough.
wouldn't have done that with Art Attack.
No, and I think Art Attack, I mean, look, 312 episodes, 23 seasons.
I'm sure that was the prime spot for when you got home from school. I'm so sure that it was always on.
So
and it was every day.
There were 2 shows. It wouldn't have been every day, otherwise we would have 23 times 300.
No, for some reason I thought they just maybe
no,
didn't piece a lot.
It was probably twice a week, I would have imagined, and Ben will probably be able to answer that better for us. It was on quite often, and you're right, it would be on when you got home from school, or the other show that would be on from when you got home from school was Zap.
Zap, yep.
With Cuthbert Lilly, who was the mute, annoying bloke. Daisy Dares you,
Daisy
was it?
Dares. I didn't like Daisy Dares.
The Hands.
The Hands, I liked the Hands.
Then you had the Sculptured Head, which was also from Art Attack.
Yep.
That's the link.
Yeah. God, really good memory. It's excuse me, is this one that had the magic pen as well? Or was that just its own little thing, the magic pen?
When you say magic pen, what do you mean?
I think I've sent you a video of it before. The big orange pen that come down
No,
and does the letters.
that was BBC, and that would have been between kind of 9:30 and 11 in the morning. That was educational show. That was
okay. For some reason I thought
Words and Pictures.
Yeah, that's it.
No, Zap was purely just they had that comic strip in the front, and it had various kind of characters. I can't think of any of the others off the top of my head, but
and they're all waving. Do you remember? They're all like waving and stuff,
and
then the camera would go in.
to, and then it would go to them.
Yeah.
Exactly. But it was either that or Art Attack was the first thing on that I can remember of kind of getting home from school. What's on CITV? It's one of these 2 shows probably. I mean, it sounds like it's an easy sell for you then.
Yeah, it's Art Attack. It's Art Attack.
Art Attack?
This I've chosen is Art Attack.
Right, well, let me take a look here. 21 votes on this one. Admiral Karen, Admiral Chester's even. Easy one for me, but then doesn't tell me what it is.
Well, because she votes. Can you not see who
21
it is?
votes, 62% went with one, and 38% again, 62 and 38. Exactly the same as Nightmare versus Inspector Gadget, just flipped. Art Attack wins.
Yay!
So 62% went with Art Attack and Nightmare.
Sanity reigns on the Twitter
CITV wins. Oh, actually, DuckTales would have been CITV anyway. And What was Inspector Gadget on, actually? Was that a BBC or was that a Channel 4?
I think it's Channel 4, mate.
It was a Channel 4, you're right. Yeah. Anyway, that is another the Channel 84 Variety Nostalgic Kids Show knockout.
Good job, well done.
And we'll get on to the next phase of it at some point, I promise. Honest.
It's uniquely refreshing. It's naturally clear. It has no artificial color and no artificial flavors. What is it? 7-Up. Nothing could be more refreshing.
We have a very quick taste test. I have 2 cans of 7-Up, which we are pretty sure we've never seen before. One is a 7-Up Cherry, Sevilla Cerise.
Sevilla Cerise.
I'm guessing these are French from the look of it.
Where'd you get them from?
My newsagent, he just gets weird and wonderful stuffs sent to him. Well, he goes and buys them, obviously, not sent to him. So, someone sent me some more random cans I'm going to sell. Brilliant. Yeah. And then the other one is 7-Up Cocktail Exotique.
And that was the one I said is probably going to be a lilt.
Lilt. Yeah. And then to top it off, well, do we do these two first? Or we've got something to eat this time. We have honeycomb Yorkie.
Yorkie, please, mate.
You're not a bird, are you?
No.
Explain the offside rule then.
A player cannot be in an advanced position of the opponent's last defender when the ball is played.
Open that. Stockings are tight.
Stockings.
Oh, look! A big hairy spider! You know, that wrapper really brings out the beautiful blue of your eyes.
Really?
Yorkie, 5 big masculine chunks of chocolate. It's not for girls.
Which would you like to do first?
It's a duo.
It is a duo, so we get half each.
Is it duos that you don't like?
No, it's not. I don't like them. I just think that Mars should bring back the king size.
Yeah.
A king size duo where you get 2 king size ones would be even better.
Let's go for the chocolate first. Go on.
Right, we're going for chocolate.
It's in your hands.
First.
We both know we want some chocolate.
In about 2 minutes' time, Rob will be complaining his throat is scratchy.
I do get that from honeycomb stuff, so.
Oh dear, hang on. This one's busted up a little bit already, so I've got my chunk here. Now, I'm going to say one of my favourite chocolates out there is Terry's Chocolate Orange.
Mm-hmm.
I love Terry's Chocolate Orange. I've recently discovered that Yorkie do the Yorkie Orange bar. It's just as nice, if not nicer. And you get more of it than the little Terry's chocolate bar they do.
Yorkie's Orange is top tier chocolate.
It is really good. So I'm hoping this is going to be really
it
good.
Smells like a crunchy.
Oh, it really does, doesn't it? It's really got that honeycomb smell to it. I mean, I know Nestle are a terrible, horrible operation, but Yorkies are good. He's gone in. He's put it in his gob. He's chomping. It's not something you normally do when you put that in, but...
So it's different from a crunchy that it's thick chocolate with balls of like Rice Krispies in it.
Okay. Well, I've popped it in my mouth now as well, so sorry for the chomping, everyone. I see what you mean, yeah. It's a bit like those popping candy bars you get. They're just little balls of honeycomb instead, which... Actually, I love a crunchy, but it can be a little bit overwhelming sometimes. And it gets stuck in your teeth quite a lot.
I like that. Because with a crunchy, as I said, if I eat a whole crunchy, I have a sore throat. It's got that same thing that white chocolate does to me. This, I reckon I could probably eat the whole of this and not get that because the amount of whatever that is inside, there's not that much of it. It really does have the texture of a normal Yorkie with Rice Krispies inside it. That's the texture of it I'm getting.
Yeah.
Not the taste, but the texture of it.
I get what you're saying there. And yeah, I think I can agree with you on that one. And the chocolate's not overly sweet.
It's normal Yorkie chocolate with just a hint that you've just maybe had a nibble of a crunchy.
Yeah. I would actually go to say I actually might prefer that over a crunchy.
I'd prefer this over crunchy.
I do like crunchies, but the thicker chocolate versus the thinner chocolate of the Cadbury Crunchy with all the then honeycomb inside. I mean, they're two very different chocolate bars, but if I had to choose between the two of them, I think I would probably go for the Yorkie over the Crunchy in this instance.
Score?
I'm going to give it... I'm going to go high. I think it's going to be at least a 4-point good in your gob.
I'm a bit higher than that. Because I really like Yorkies. This is in the 5 zone.
Oh, shit. Hang on. What's our scores? Between 2 and 6?
No. Between 2 and 6.4, I think it was.
Yeah, okay, no, sorry, that's way too low then. No, yeah, you're right. 5 point, it's nice in my gob.
This is a 5-point crunchy.
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 Of course it is. Right. Well, that's the Yorkie out of the way. As
I'm going to
delicious
save
as it
some of that
was.
later.
Yeah, I am. And I've not been eating chocolate. That's, it's delicious. Right. As I hit the microphone.
Whack the mic with it.
Here comes the cherry 7-Up. Ooh.
Oh, that was a good one. You didn't do a tap like I do. Oh, it's not a pink. It's not pink.
I was expecting it to be bright red, you know.
Me too. After that blue blinking Lucozade.
Part of me's a little bit disappointed it hasn't got terrible amounts
It's
of
just
food
clear.
colouring in.
It's just clear. But I mean, that's probably good
can
for
I also point out,
sleeping.
I will apologise to Lucozade. I agree with my co-host. He said they taste like shit. I'm sure they do. Last episode, it turned out I had a temperature of nearly 40 degrees. By the morning, it was 40.5, I think, in the end. And I was quite obviously quite unwell. And I really couldn't smell or taste anything. So it probably wasn't a fair taste test for Lucozade.
No, I speak for the both of us. It was dog shit. Lucozade, you need to do better. And I had an awful night's sleep. It took me a long, long time to get to sleep. And it was very restless too.
Oh.
It was too much
caffeine.
Too
much caffeine and sugar. Right, over to this.
Let's have another sugar drink.
There's not that much of a smell to it, is there?
Can't smell anything.
I can. There is the ever so slightest hint of cherry, but I would say it's more realistic cherry than artificial cherry.
I can genuinely not smell a single thing other than the cup. I just put my nose basically in it.
No, I'm getting the ever so slight hint of that. So I'm going to say there is, but fair enough. If you can't, you can't.
I can't smell it.
Let's go for a taste. That's quite pleasant. It's 7-Up. It's got that fizziness that 7-Up has. It's not overly fizzy, but it's not massively under either. That's really quite nice.
Have I got COVID or something? I can taste that chocolate. This tastes like nothing and smells like nothing to me. Literally nothing. That just tasted like a flat 7-Up. I do not get any cherry taste whatsoever from that.
How bizarre.
Not a hint of cherry.
How bizarre.
Should I go home and do a COVID test?
It's a bit fucking late now, isn't it? I'm getting on a plane tomorrow, so I'm going to carry it over to the Netherlands.
Because honestly, I can taste that chocolate perfectly fine.
You haven't got COVID, it's fine.
This, genuinely, it must be so mild, that cherry.
It is.
It just tasted like flat 7-Up to me. I like 7-Up.
Oh, I do love 7-Up.
So it gets a good score because it's a 7-Up.
No, I agree. And I like... Oh, pardon me, 7-Up, and I remember the character they used to have, and...
Cool Spot.
Well, no, they had the cartoon bloke, if you remember as well. Yeah, you had Cool Spot, but then later on, mid-90s, 2000s, you had the cartoon dude with long, wavy hair, didn't you, as the 7-Up mascot.
So I'm going to rate this based, not because I like 7-Up, but because it's a cherry version of 7-Up, and I'm afraid I can only give it a 3-point. Do you know what cherry tastes like? Because for me, I generally can't. Oh yeah, of course, yeah. I honestly, I can't taste anything. Not a thing.
Yeah, I would say it is very, very, very mild. I think it's very pleasant. If I've got to rate it based on its cherryness, then it's a 3-point mild. But if I'm going to rate it on being a nice beverage, probably a 4-point. That'd be nice, thank you. Right, 7-Up, Cocktail Exotique.
Oh,
that was
another
good
great one.
Right.
Again, it's just clear.
Here we go, and let's just
Keeping
pour a
on
little
brand
bit
with
here.
7-Up being a clear drink. I can smell that. Yes, I can smell it.
Oh, that's got much more smell. Straight away, you've
Pineapple.
got kind of mango and pineapple.
Yeah,
haven't
you can smell the pineapple.
Can I work out what's in here?
There's a pineapple on the front.
There is a pineapple on the front, correct? Let's see. Again, clear, which I wanted it to be kind of a lilty colour or a yellowy colour, but
I like it. I like it. I like it.
okay. Well, let me have a little gulp then.
Already heard those gulps.
Good. No, you see, I don't like that. It's okay. It tastes.
I've got the funny teeth. I've got the furry teeth. That's got sugar in it, hasn't it?
Oh yeah, they're full of sugar. That's why I only gave us a little bit. I'll tell you what that reminds me of. Alco Pop again.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe a J2O. It's definitely, you know what, they call it an exotic cocktail. It definitely exudes the idea of a cocktail.
I think they've done a great job at keeping the 7-Up brand taste with another flavour. This one has. The 7-Up cherry doesn't taste like anything. This tastes like 7-Up with a hint of pineapple.
Yeah, no.
And something else tropical.
It's definitely that tropical
I don't know
flavour.
if I can taste mango. I love mango, and I don't think I can taste mango in it.
No, okay, it might just be kind of a citrus taste after the pineapple,
Yeah.
but either way, no, it's perfectly nice. And again, I'd probably stick it at the 4 point. That would be nice. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm at
but I wouldn't go higher than that.
Yeah, I'm a 4 point tropicalicious.
I could probably enjoy that actually in the summer, just like we've said about a lot of these. You know, in the summer, really hot day, that glass of ice poured over it. I think that'd be lovely.
Yeah.
More so than the cherry one, because as you say, yeah, it is very, very, very mild to the point that you can't even taste it.
Yeah, well, I can't taste it at all. Yeah.
Oh, fair enough. Well,
I'm not disappointed by any of them really, as I didn't know what to expect from the 7-Up cherry. Cherry Coke's better, but then Coke and 7-Up are totally different products.
Have I told you about the whole cherry Coke thing recently?
Don't know. Have you?
So I jokingly tweeted Coca-Cola.
Okay.
Saying,
oh, they asked you for a private message.
Yeah, they asked.
I've not heard anything.
Could
from
I
them.
private message them? So, let me have a look. What did I put up there? I put, "Hey Coca-Cola GB, you don't give us sugar lovers any love anymore. How about you bring back this design and no, not with a 0 added." And it's that classic cherry Coke, kind of graffiti look. Now, again, I went to college. I grew up with that type of cherry Coke.
Yeah.
That's what I remember, and I loved. And they came back, "Hello, Channel 84, can I request that you DM us so we can continue this conversation?" And I thought, how exciting. So I did. I'll read out what I've wrote. Why not? Fuck it. It's already going to be an hour and a half, so hey. It said, "Hey, Team Coca-Cola GB, great hearing from you this evening. We're what you would call a nostalgia podcast, lost in the past and loving remembering our favourite things. Now, I'll be brutally honest. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so we've helped our favourite podcast, Cheap Show, in getting some of the 0 special editions, but feel us sugar lovers are getting left out. Here in GP, we have the delicious original Coca-Cola and even taste your cherry Coke, but that's all. We miss out on lemon, vanilla, lime and the rest. We know that you're meant to be healthier, but you just cannot beat that original taste, no matter how good you've got 0. As tongue-in-cheek as this tweet was, it would be a truly glorious day to see a special old edition of Cherry Coke, especially considering next year it's its 40th birthday. What can we do to get us sugar lovers some love from Coca-Cola?" And their response.
Money.
"Hi. Today, Coca-Cola Great Britain is responsible for producing more than 80 products across 20 brands.
I'm bored of it
from
already.
Sparkling drinks to iced teas, energy drinks, premium mixers, juices, waters, ready-to-drink coffee, and you can find out more here, coca-cola.co.uk/brands. I don't care about your brands. I am talking to you about Coca-Cola. Anyway, and we're not stopping there. We're continuing to innovate and evolve our portfolio to offer people a choice of more drinks.
Mm-hmm.
As a global business, each local market will have alternative products based on current consumer trends. For the time being, we don't have any plans to introduce lemon, vanilla, lime. However, we will certainly share your feedback with our brand and marketing team.
Won't.
Right, first of all, fuck you, Coca-Cola. You saying you care about the market that you're in. Go into Tesco, go into Sainsbury's, Mr. Coca-Cola, go over to the drinks counter, and I can guarantee you, at 8 o'clock at night, you will not be able to buy a can or a bottle of full-fat Coke.
Mm-hmm.
But what you will be able to choose from is the 300 fucking different bottles of Coke Zero or Diet Coke.
Yeah.
Because no fucker wants to buy them.
Yeah.
Instead, they buy full-fat Coke.
Mm-hmm.
That is the market. So stop bullshitting us with your market wants. No, we don't. We want full-fat Coke. We want like America. They get lemon Coca-Cola. Latest Cheap Show episode. Go and listen to it. They drank it. Apparently really nice. We want that. That's what the market wants. They buy full-fat Coke for a reason, and it sells out for a reason.
You think the sugar tax is supposed to be helping us?
It's just a load of fucking bollocks. It really pissed me off, that message from them.
Lining their pockets with a sugar tax.
Oh, it just fucks me off. Go and do your fucking instant coffee, you cunts. And that, ladies and gents, is another end of an episode. Thank you very much for bearing with us. The really gigantic thanks goes to the people that support us on Ko-fi. So thank you very much for if you do that.
Thank you.
You just had to get something in, didn't
Thank
you?
you. I've got to say something.
Yeah, true. It is our podcast. It's not me talking, although sometimes I genuinely worry that's what it is.
No, I just enjoy listening to you just go off.
Oh, no. But anyway, if you've supported us on Ko-fi, thank you so much. The money goes towards supporting the podcast and keeping it running. That includes our Google accounts. It includes new equipment when we need it. We don't take that money out and just pay for things for us. We've done a video recently where we used some of that money to buy costumes from a charity shop, so the money went into actually supporting a cause as well. So thank you so much for everyone that actually does that. You can find us on social media, and the easiest way to do that is head over to channel84.co.uk, where you can find all our links for Twitter, Threads, Blue Sky, TikTok, Instagram, Discord, all over there. And in fact, the easiest way to get on Discord, which is a great place to come over and have some fun and chat with us, channel84.co.uk/Discord.
Yeah.
Finally, if none of those float your boat and you just want to write an angry email about what Rob has said today or the last episode or
So
ever,
send it to TJ.
you can send it to rob@channel84.co.uk. If you want to shower me with praise about how good I am, you can send that to tj@channel84.co.uk. Or if you hate us both and we're thinking you're cunts, email us on podcasts@channel84.co.uk. And I'm not going to tell you if it's plural or not. You can find that out when it bounces back and says, no, you were wrong.
Yeah.
It's plural. Okay, I'll be nice. Podcast@channel84.co.uk. That goes to both of us, and we'll both reply.
Yeah.
Otherwise, honestly, thank you so much for listening. It makes our day to hear kind of all the responses and see the reviews. Jump over to Good Pods, leave us a review there.
Yep.
Untitled Trek made it to
Number one
in Sci-Fi charts.
Sci-Fi Weekly and Sci-Fi Monthly.
Yep, we are yet to make it to number one on the comedy side. We've got to the top 10.
It's currently number 2. It went down and gone back up again to number 2.
What, this one?
No, the Trek.
Oh, no, I'm talking about this one
Yeah,
now.
no, sorry.
Yeah, no, Channel 84, we've made it to the top 10 before. We've never quite got down
Did
to
we
number
get to
one.
6? 6.
I think 6 is the lowest we've got, so please go and leave reviews.
Comedy is a real competitive one, though.
It is a very competitive one.
looking
When
where
you've
we
got
are
people
right
like
now.
Killer Rabbit Podcast, Cheap Show, we've got no right to be where we are. So honestly, leave all the reviews you can. It's been really helpful, and it will help people find our show. Head over to iTunes as well. You can leave a review there, or Spotify. You can leave a rating of stars. Not that you can write anything, but the ratings all help us get found by other people. So please go and do that. And now, it's the end of the show. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Channel 84 Variety Show. This station is now shutting down and will be back in 2 weeks. Excelsior.
Doesn't seem to matter what we do. We're always number 2. No one knows how hard we tried. Oh, we have feelings that we can't explain, driving us insane. All our life been so polite, but we'll record alone tonight. Go rate us then, anywhere else we'd be a 10. Is it our destiny to live and die a life of low-star misery? Rate us 10, where we see love, you see a friend. What will it take for you to see the man behind the mic and rate for us? We wanna be top of all the charts to win on good pods. Is it not time to hit the top spot when it comes to podcasts? When is our moment finally here, or are we dreaming? I'm no dreamer.
Can you feel the energy? Feels so real, my energy. Can you feel the energy? Feels so real, our energy.
Rate us then, anywhere else we'd be a 10. Is it our destiny to live and die a life of 5-star misery? Rate us 10, where we see love, you see a friend. What will it take for you to see the man behind the mic and race for us? Rate us 10, 'cause we're enough, and we're great at doing stuff. So hey, check us out, yeah, rate us 10. My name's Rob,
And I am Tom.
put that manly hand in mine. So hey, well, check us out, yeah, rate us 10. Baby, rate us 10.
Rob, you know ratings are out of 5, don't you, you muppet?
What?
You have been listening to ZQuest TGC Mark,
Where else we'd be a 10.
Master of Twitch, Drew Lucians,
And die a life of 5-star misery.
famous Discord member Mark,
Where we see love, you see a friend.
The A Pint of Cthulhu team. Styles.
Behind the mic and rate for us. Rate us 10.
Flower.
We're great at doing stuff.
Your hosts from Channel 84. Tom.
His name's Rob and I am Tom. Put that manly hand in mine.
Rob.
So hey, well, check us out. Yeah, rate us 10. Baby, rate us 10.
Yeah, that's probably all right.